win the game, 7 to 9 altars need to be built by your team of prophets. If your team of prophets do not build the required altars before Israel is destroyed, you lose. In addition, it is very important to prevent evil from covering the land. Evil is represented by idols and sin clouds on the map. If either the spare idols, each member of your team of prophets comes from a different location. There are 4 phases in every round of Kings of Israel. Let's begin with the King's Godliness phase. To your left is the timeline of Northern Kingdom kings, and each king represents a new game round. The good kings are indicated by a white or blue label. The bad kings are indicated by a black or red label. Every time a bad king leads over Israel, your team will receive a sin and punishment card. One special note: the blue and red labeled kings are short-lived kings. In the Bible, they did not reign over Israel very long. After the King's Godliness phase is the Sin Increases phase. During the Sin Increases phase, several locations are When a nation is drawn from the location deck, sin clouds will spread from that nation to each neighboring location. Idols are created in the place where the most evil is occurring. If 3 or more sin clouds would be placed in a location that does not have an idol is also placed at that location. If a sin cloud is added to a location that already has an idol, After the Sin Increases phase is the Prophet's Work phase. On each prophet's turn, that prophet receives 4 action points that he can use to do good things in Israel. For his first action, let's move the sailor from his location in Akko down. For his second action, let's remove one of the sin clouds in Mount Carmel. For his third action, let's remove the idol in Mount Carmel. Finally, on the bottom right, you will see an image for the 1 blessing card available to your team. Any prophet can play blessing card. Acquiring resources is very important, since resources are needed to build altars, make sacrifices, and move quickly across Israel. The travel action allows a prophet to move up to 3 times on the road if that prophet discards a grain or cattle resource. Teamwork is very important in Kings of Israel. One of the best ways to use teamwork is by giving resources from one prophet to another prophet. The rest button ends the current prophet's. The active prophet now has enough resources to build an altar. Use the Build an Altar action to discard his gold, stone, and wood resources. You might have noticed this bar next to the active prophet. This is the prophet action bar, and it decreases whenever an action is performed. The active prophet now has enough resources to perform the Make a Sacrifice action. To make a sacrifice, that prophet needs to be at an altar's location. After all of the prophets have completed their turns, the end of round phase begins. In the easiest of game modes, blessing cards are drawn for sacrifices made that round. On the other hand, in the hardest modes, the false prophet will take his turn, causing bad things to happen. Finally, the starting player for the next round changes, and a new round begins.